Happening in just a few minutes, history will be made on stage inside One Richmond High School. That's because at 6:30, students from Armstrong and Richmond Community High Schools will come together to present a popular musical. It's the first full production to be held at Armstrong High School in over 3 decades. So I'm taking you behind the scenes tonight, shining the spotlight on a debut that's already proving to be a hit in more ways than one. All the world's a stage.
Sure as they wave.
But Jasmine Richardson dreams of the glitz and glamour that come with being center stage as a performer. A dream she has wanted to come true ever since she was 7 years old.
Me seeing like movies and TV shows inspired me want to be an actress.
And watching her work this stage with ease, it seems this Armstrong High School senior has what it takes to make her dream come true. But until about 2 years ago, very few people knew of this 18-year-old's talents, including her theater arts teacher, Topaz Wise.
We go into the choir room and she sings Defying Gravity from Wicked. She started to sing and she opened her mouth and I'm like, where did that come from? Like, who knows you can do this? Am I the only person in this building that knows you can do this? She's like, yeah. I'm like, why are you not in choir? She's like, I don't know, so I immediately thought about her. I'm like, we got to get a production up. We got to do something to pull, because there has to be more Jasmines in this building of students who are into this, but just have never had this outlet presented to them.
And there were more talented students like Jasmine who simply didn't have the opportunities to showcase their gifts. Well, Wednesday night, about 40 of them from both Armstrong and Richmond Community High Schools will join forces to present a full theater production, something that hasn't been done inside Armstrong's auditorium in more than 30 years due to budget cuts.
I was like, finally they're having theater, because I've been wanting to do theater ever since I was in 9th grade, but they didn't have a teacher for it.
It's a musical called Once on This Island, and the message?
Love conquers all, even death. You can love beyond death.
I play Daniel, he's a rich member of the Bozome family. They're descended from the French. He falls in love with a peasant on the island who is from African descent, but they're not allowed to be together.
Blaze Wengold, who's a sophomore at Community High School, jumped at the chance to audition for a role.
And there's so many different ways to express yourself, and throughout in theater you can express yourself while you're entertaining others and telling them a story.
And for these students, that expression is both on stage and off. They run the show, from makeup
this is going terribly for me
to choreography and everything in between.
We have students on light boards. We have students on sound. We have students costuming. It gives them confidence. It gives them the ability to stand in front of their peers and take their space.
And after long nights of practicing and preparing to breathe life back into a stage that sat dormant for decades, their space is now in the spotlight, and it's time for these students to shine.
Though we are located where we are, though we're faced with many different challenges, they're worthy of a great education, they're worthy of resources, they're worthy of immaculate, impeccable teachers, they're worthy of all of these things, and just give them 5 seconds. And who you, by sight, you may be afraid of, once they open their mouths, you're like, oh my goodness, look at this baby, they're amazing.
Yes, they are, and you can see just how amazing they are for yourself. They are performing tonight and tomorrow night. Doors open at 6 o'clock and the show begins at 6:30.